welcome to the MNmaxed Podcast today. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so as we continue the Extinction Curse. Today we're going to enjoy a little bit of a performance, a little bit of adventure, a little bit of Who am I kidding? This is the MNmaxed Podcast. Come join our Discord. Come join our Patreon if you'd like to throw a little financial support our way. And a shout out to our 3 members at our grand finale level, Emily S., Wolf, and Blartimus Slump. A recap of Session 38. We take care of a few mundane house cleaning items, and then Bubbles the Clown is brought to the camp by the city guard under suspicion of selling pesh. He informs us later that it wasn't so much a suspicion as definitely what he was doing. He also informs us of a potential entrance to Moonstone Hall, the place we're looking for. It's in the Woodworkers District. We then begin to prepare for our first show in Escadar. As show night arrives, a couple celestial menagerie motherfuckers show up to cause problems. Apparently, they've poisoned some animals. As we confront them about this, Jeb chooses to do so with his axe. Delamar and Ruana get rocked, but the wizard and Aves become friends. We manage to take Ruana alive. We bring them to Kalkek, the bar guest, and he eats them gratefully. Are we the baddies?
So you all walk away from the cave. You see the big top ahead of you. You can hear that there is the din of the crowd, but you certainly know that it's not coming from outside the tent any longer. You would assume at this point that all of the attendants are seated.
Yeah, we need to hustle back.
I hustle back.
As you all are hustling back, a familiar face pops up. I would assume that you guys are all headed back to the backstage portion of the tent where you've just entered the big top and directly into the backstage, yeah?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Derricus is waiting maybe 10 or 15 feet away from that entrance to the backstage area. When you all come inside, he flags you down. Hey guys!
Moonlight turns to everybody and says, "Don't say anything."
Good.
Like anything at all?
Like anything. Just be quiet.
Derricus goes, "Hey guys, how you doing?"
Hey, bro.
Derricus?
I heard there was a little commotion that happened over here. What happened? What's going on?
There was some celestial menagerie people causing trouble, but we got rid of them. They're gone now.
That is what I heard. Yeah. I understand that you all kind of went back around the tent to have a conversation, but nobody ever saw them come back. I asked people as they were coming in. There was 2 of them. No one ever saw where they went. Where'd they go?
I'd assume they just went back to the circus.
To the menagerie.
I told them to get out of here. Told them to go on, get.
Go on, get, huh?
And
yeah. Go on, get. Jeb, give me a lie to me check.
But I'm not good at that.
That's why I fucking said don't say anything.
I'm an expert, though, so you never know. I didn't hear don't say anything. I just got excited and started talking.
What the fuck?
Jeb, what'd you get on your lie to me check?
17.
Also, diplomacy isn't how you lie to people.
How do I lie?
Lie using deception.
Oh, all right. 7.
Really? You told them just to get out and leave, and they left? Come on.
Well,
Come on, Jeb.
We did have to get a little more forceful with them than that.
Okay.
We had to have a few words. Peach Prime might have taken a couple swings at him.
Oh, we got a little violent, it sounds?
Yeah, just to try to scare him away. And, they left. They're gone.
He puts his fists on his hips, and his knowing smile kind of turns into a little bit of a frown. He just goes, just a little bit of violence, huh? Just a little bit? Where are they? Where'd they go? Moonlight?
I don't know.
Aves, who followed everybody back, kind of goes, man, I feel like something really bad happened, but I just can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, see, we convinced him to stay with us because we're better than them.
Who's this guy? I recognize him.
He's Aves. He was with the Celestial Menagerie.
Yeah. That is who where I recognize him from. Aves, tell me again. What'd you say? What'd you say, Aves? And Aves goes, man, I don't actually like remember what happened, but man, it feels bad. And Derrickis goes, Moonlight, what happened? Really? Where did they go?
Well, I don't know where they went after they left here. I don't have a crystal ball.
Go ahead and give me a lie check on that.
I got a 23. I don't think I have anything to boost that, so...
He looks at you and he cocks his head a little bit. He goes, I suppose you wouldn't know where they went. Where'd you all come from? Look at that, people waiting in here for a show. You're off in the woods somewhere?
Preparations.
Yeah, we're getting ready. I mean, we had to chase them off a little bit.
So they went into the valley then?
Well, off that direction, but
Huh.
then they took off once they got around.
Man, you must have really scared the crap out of them for them to head that direction.
Why? What's that direction?
Well, I mean, that's further away from Escadar at large. They're going into the wilderness that direction. Why wouldn't they run back toward the Celestial Menagerie? I imagine they'd run back this direction. They'd have to come through here to get back in that direction.
I mean, I doubt they're just going to run into the valley. They'll probably make their way around.
Huh.
They're not going to just keep going. That would be silly.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You guys got a show to put on. Yeah, I'll let you concentrate on the show. I mean, obviously you were just back in there and preparing yourselves, whatever weird rituals you circus folks have. I still don't understand it. But I'm going to stick around and watch the show.
Oh, please do.
Awesome. I'm going to go take my seat now.
Moonlight bows to him as he walks away.
And Aves goes, man, something really bad happened. Like,
It's okay,
really
man. It's okay.
bad.
Just smoke a little bit more.
It doesn't feel okay, though. Something feels like wrong.
What, you poisoned all my animals? Like something bad like that, you dick?
What? Who would do that?
Some asshole with a flute.
Wait, you did do that.
What?
Yeah, something about like poison coming off of you.
Oh, man, yeah. And he like blows a little green cloud out of his mouth. He goes, yeah, that's a thing I do. Yeah. That's my thing. Yeah. Wait, I came here to poison your animals. I totally did that, didn't I? Huh.
Yes, that was very bad.
Like, oh, maybe that's the bad thing. Do I feel bad about that? And he like looks up.
I
Off
think
in
your
the
conscience
distance.
is getting the better of you
Do
finally.
you like animals?
No, man, I don't think I care about animals.
They were really cute animals. One was a bear.
Does he glow? Some of Mistress Dustlight's animals glow. It's crazy, man. I don't know how she does it.
Jesus, are some celestial animals?
How do we make shit glow?
I don't know. You can see like their rib cages through the glows. You can see their skeletons and like glowing coming from under their skin. It's crazy, man.
That doesn't sound healthy. Jeb, what do you know about glowing animals?
This doesn't sound familiar to you, Jeb.
Jellyfishes, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I know all about jellyfish.
Tyler was wrong. Fuck you, Tyler.
What? Jellyfish? But
Yeah,
jellyfish
blue
don't
and
have bones. I specifically remember rib cages.
Yeah, but when you like mate them together,
They have rib cages when you mate them together?
like with
Don't we have to go do a circus or something? Let's go do the circus.
Oh, there's a circus? Man, can I come?
Yeah, just don't secrete anything.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah, that's the one rule. Don't poison anything here.
oh, don't poison anything. Okay, where do I watch the circus from? And he like starts looking around randomly.
I'll take him backstage.
Out
I was gonna say,
through.
who's somebody that isn't in the performance?
I'm
The
not.
Flamboni twins. It's just like
As you guys
sit
are
with the
actually
Flamboni twins.
as you guys are talking to Aves, and Aves is kind of like spacing around a little bit through the back curtain. The professor comes. He goes, "Oh, there you are! Goodness, we were all so worried about you.
Yes, we got delayed, but we're on our way. Let's get this show on the road.
The show's about to start. Yeah, you guys have the act and the order together. I'm sorry, I'm all sorts of flustered without Moonlight and the rest of the board here. I'm just concerned."
Yes. The throwers are up first.
Okay.
But I think we should have a quick word with everybody first.
That's a good idea. The menagerie folk showing up did throw them just a touch off kilter. The circus is about to start. Now we're going to get into some circus performance. The opener for your opening act in Escadar, your very first performance. Who is your performer?
Got the dwarven throwers up first.
All right. Who is going to be rolling for the dwarven throwers? The dwarven throwers have a +10 in athletics and a +7 in acrobatics.
Yeah, they'll roll some shit.
The dwarf roll for the dwarves.
Looks like last time we had them go acrobatics first and then athletics.
All right. So do you want to keep that same order?
We'll see how the acrobatics goes.
Well, first trick check.
So we're going with a 7 acrobatics. We get a 19.
A 19 is a success, which nets you 1 excitement point.
Woo!
How much anticipation do we have right now?
18 anticipation right now, with a max of 20. But as the Barker with a successful check, you could give us +5 to the max.
After a successful trick check, which just occurred, is that something that you are going to do?
I don't know, should I?
I mean, having a higher max anticipation does not hurt us, I don't think. So I don't see why not.
It doesn't raise our current anticipation, it just raises the possible.
It just raises the possible max that I can tell.
Increases the maximum. It doesn't have an immediate negative effect, right? But one thing to keep in mind is you fail a show if you're below your anticipation. So, I mean...
Yeah, but
Right.
I'm not changing our anticipation, I'm
You're
changing
just
the
changing
maximum.
max.
But
Yeah, I'll do it.
maybe we wait on it until we get our anticipation or our
I'll wait
incitement a
out.
little closer to our anticipation.
Okay.
Because right now we've got 1 excitement
Remember
versus 18 anticipation. So we need to get that excitement up first.
And the only way to increase anticipation during the show
Is on crits.
is on crits. Correct. So the Dwarven Thrower's first check was a success. For the second action, what will you do?
Athletics, right?
Athletics check. All right. Since they don't have the agile trait in their show, this will be at a -5. So
Essentially
Plus-
a +5.
+5 overall.
Look at that dice go.
Why won't it stop spinning? God
Damn it, Spencer.
The anticipation.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Killing
he's
me.
building anticipation.
Not 15.
That's what we need.
15 is a success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't think we want to push our luck and try again, do we? At a
No.
0?
With the
Just pass on our final one?
We'll just pass on the third one. Okay. The Dwarven Throwers put on a tried and true classic for you guys. They form a living catapult and launch one of their numbers at a pyramid built from a bunch of dwarves and knock it over in a stupendously large and exaggerated fashion, which will take us over to the second act. This is the build-up.
And for this,
Now-
we have Fidget and Peach Pie.
Now, this is the first time that you guys are actually using the higher level performer.
Yes.
So Fidget is a 5th level performer. Therefore, the DC that Fidget needs to beat is 5 higher. So it's a DC 20. She has 2 checks available, and it's acrobatics at a +9 and performance also at a +9.
So her skills are lower than the Dwarven Thrower's athletics.
Yeah, that so it would seem.
Are either one of them agile?
Fidget's fireworks are not agile.
Ooh.
I feel like she's kind of a shitty performer. Why did we get her?
I don't think we realized how bad she was.
Compared to the level 1s, yeah, it seems kind of crazy.
Now, I want to give you the description on this because this is Peach Pie's debut performance.
It is. Yeah, I mean, he's
Also
been
Fidget's.
ascending the clowns, but he hasn't actually been a performer.
Now, I'm going to say, just out of my own curiosity on it, it seems to me, at least, that there's absolutely going to be a co-star reaction here. It makes the most sense.
That's how you do crossovers, is the co-star reaction.
Yeah, exactly. So another performer in the same act as you is about to attempt a trick, and you help another performer pull off their trick, granting them a bonus. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a co-star trick check
All right.
for Fidget, and you're going to need to tell me what skill you're going to use to co-star in Fidget's performance.
Does it have to be the same one? I thought it had to be the same skill.
It doesn't have to be the same. Oh, no, I take that back. It does. Attempt the same check as the trick check you are attempting to aid. It's probably useful to find out which checks you're going to be trying to match.
What are hers?
Acrobatics and performance, they are both at a +9.
Okay. Well, I'll use my acrobatics as my reaction. That's my better one.
Okay, so then I'm assuming we're going to let Fidget go first in the rolls.
Yes.
So what is Fidget's first action?
So I would think Fidget would come out and she'd be juggling her sparkler thingy, her fireworks. And it's pretty cool. And then what happens is I think Peach Pie would come out. Maybe it looks like Fidget's about to start something on fire. And then Peach Pie's rain cloud turns on and like puts it out. And he tries to hand it back to her. And she looks at him angrily because it's wet. And she manages to get it relit. And she starts juggling. And then she starts tossing him to Peach Pie, and he's supposed to juggle back. But every time they come to him, they get put out because of his rain cloud that is over his head. And she gets angry at him, just pretending, but she gets angry at him and keeps having to relight them. So it's like half juggling, half lighting fireworks and dousing them over and over again. And that would be how it would kick off.
I fucking love that.
So I will make that co-star reaction using my acrobatics.
Okay, so then Fidget's first action will be acrobatics as well.
Okay. Is that right? We're doing it right, Swanee?
Yeah, I think we're really only planning on having her do one.
Yeah, well, she's only
because
going to do one because she's too short.
her checks aren't very high.
Right.
So her first one will be her acrobatics then. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the acrobatics check for Fidget to start. This is going, well, no, I'm sorry.
Well, no, he should make the co-star check.
Yeah, I should make the co-star first.
Co-star. Your DC is 20 on this.
Okay. All right.
Oh!
I roll on that 20 and get a 30.
That means this is going to give a +4 to Fidget's acrobatics check. So
That's
who's gonna roll Fidget's acrobatics? This will be at a +13 overall.
I'll do it since I'm doing this whole thing here. Jesus.
It's a good thing you had that +4.
I roll a 7 and get a 20.
She hits it spot on, so that's going to be a success for her acrobatics.
And then at some point, she's going to come up to me and like Peach Pie's now juggling all of the fireworks and they're all put out because of his rain cloud. And she's going to come up to me and she's, looking up at him and is shaking her finger at him. And then he like picks her up on the top of the head, like palms her, and then starts juggling her along with the fireworks.
All right, Peach Pie.
So I think that would be the pass from her to him.
Yeah, definitely.
That's like
So then you guys
transition.
juggling back and forth was the acrobatics with the co-star. And
Makes
then
sense.
Peach Pie's first action is what?
What do you guys think? Should I do 1 or aim for 2?
Well, you got to make your first action first.
I know, but I'm just trying to decide.
Right. He wants to know, should he go with his lower check first in anticipation
my
of doing
higher.
a higher one?
What
Should I
are
just
your
go with my higher check and just call it good?
What are your skills and what's the DC?
Well, my athletics is 14 and my acrobatics is 10.
You need to hit a 20 for both of them.
Yep.
22.
We did 22. Yep, 6th level is 22.
I would say just do one.
Yeah, I'm just going to do 1
Just
and I'm going to
do
make
your one at your highest.
So that's what I do. I use an athletics check to juggle her, and maybe there's some other weird things that I start picking up and juggling. Maybe a couple of the dwarven throwers. I don't know. They're probably too heavy. But here comes my athletics check. Keeping that hero point in reserve. Don't need it. Rolled a 16, got a 30.
30 is a success.
So that's +6 excitement.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
So
I
what
think
we got right now?
that I think you should do your Barker.
I want to, Barker is we're up to 25, is it then for the max?
25 max, yep.
One thing I want to bring up to you guys is that you get the Send in the Clowns action every act, which turns a failure into a success.
The problem is at this point, we're gonna go flying by our 18.
Yeah.
The wizard takes Peach Pie's successful athletics check because it sounds like you're passing your second and your third
Yeah, no,
trick
I'm not
actions.
doing anything more.
The wizard, in the middle of, like, how would you, like, increase the maximum anticipation? Like, what exactly is the wizard going to do to prime the crowd to increase that maximum anticipation?
Let me tell you, Tyler. I have no fucking clue. Why don't you make
Like, just
something
a-
up and
like,
make me
just a
sound
s-
smart?
That whole thing there, like Tyler's saying, what is it going to be? And I thought, Ted's not going to have anything. And then Ted's like, let me tell you, Tyler. I'm like, oh, fuck, Ted thought of something. Then he was like, no, I don't
It
know.
was a big old fuck you, Tyler.
I was on an emotional roller coaster there.
That was a roller coaster. No, I picture the way that he's gonna drum up anticipation for me, at least, would be him casting that illusory. What was the thing that you did that made yourself seem way bigger? Like there was a spell you cast for that. Was it illusory? It was illusion spell.
I have some of those. Let me look through my spells. Oh, illusory creature. It's a second level spell.
And you just made yourself seem bigger, right?
And the image, I can just make the image appear somewhere within 500 feet.
So
And I can talk through the image.
do you have, is it going to be you, or do you create like an imaginary barker that will drum up excitement?
I'm
drum
lazy
up
as
anticipation?
I imagine there's two of us. And I just have it mimic everything I do.
So you don't even think of like to create something like wondrous and fantastical. It's just you.
There's two of me walking out barking.
It's you and then your image.
Yeah, and we
Fantastic.
completely in sync.
100%. And while the wizard is drumming up anticipation for the big number and, talking about how cool it is to see two complete opposites juggle in such perfect tandem with each other, the wizard begins to sneeze. And he sneezes, and they're getting bigger and repetitive. And the crowd just stops talking for a second, and everybody starts looking. And as the wizard sneezes, this big, bright green bubble begins to form around his nose, and it gets bigger every time he sneezes. Then it starts swirling with color. There's violets, there's blues, there's pinks, there's yellows and reds, and this big snot bubble is like the size of a watermelon as he's just sneezing on repeat. And suddenly it pops. And as soon as it pops, this rainbow sludge, this goopy, sloppy snot ball hits the floor and kind of, and then it starts wiggling, and then it ripples, and it gets bigger, and then it very quickly and unexpectedly up the wizard's robes right onto his shoulder, and it chirps. It gives this little like chirp as it vibrates with the sound waves, and it has this goopy hand that forms out of its rainbow ooze and pops out of the little ball and gives a thumbs up. And it goes, and the crowd, for some reason, fucking loves it. And they start clapping and cheering and whoop, whoop, whoop.
It's flubber?
It's a spell slime.
So spell slime is, you have a familiar that is a spell slime now.
Yeah.
And this is something you got at what, 6th level?
Yeah.
And
So
you and
I
Tyler
need
have
a-
just been waiting to describe how it forms.
Yes.
Tyler just made that up. I never heard it before.
Very good. Very good.
I have a familiar now.
Yes.
Anybody that has seen the APG,
Dude,
knows
you
what it is.
really think it has a name?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
The ooze.
The ooze.
It's the ooze.
Uzi. We're gonna call it Uzi.
Dude, I tried fucking saving his life. Thought it was the pudding that was inside of him.
Nope. Just a spell slime. Then, let's see, that was all of Act 2. we're now moving on to the big number, Act 3. Who is?
It's Moonlight.
It's Moonlight.
And I now feel like I can do what I wanted to do originally in character.
With the
Like
scarf?
Well, I can add the scarf, but like now that I'm Shadow Bloodline, like I have the Darkness spell, I have that focus spell called Dim the Light, which allows me to like disappear when I cast a spell with the Darkness trait.
Yeah.
So instead of having to like have the lights dim, I can literally like cast Darkness, have it go black, disappear. So I can do it all myself without having to have like light tricks. I can actually do it myself.
Thanks, APG.
But it doesn't actually change my act at all, so
It just is more rules and thematic appropriate.
yes.
So, what's your first trick check? Going
Performance.
to be performance. All right, let's see it.
I'm gonna have to use my hero point here. Instead, I get a 30.
There it is. So, Moonlight's first trick check is a success.
And I will pass my other two.
Pass the other 2 turns.
Yep. Just
All
one
right.
big trick.
Then we're going to get down into Act 4, the finale. Act 4, I understand, hasn't changed much from the last time around. We're doing the animal acts.
Yeah, I mean Escadar has not seen this act at all, so why not?
True.
We have more animals!
Oh, the animals.
Except for the boars that we ate.
Don't bring the boars out.
We still got baby boars, though.
Did you manage to bring any of the dinosaurs home? Did you get a diet?
I
No.
just didn't. I feel like Tyler didn't want me to, so I didn't.
We just let them loose into the ecosystem. We'll see how they do in a couple years.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Life finds a way. So
And
then
I was just looking at the stats of them, and it would just make me be like, oh, these things are so much stronger than Turtle. And
yeah, you would definitely not get to use them as animal companions. No.
no, but even the annual companion one is really fucking strong. Okay, so
Yeah,
me
no.
and Ellie.
I was gonna ask. Yeah, we got Jeb, we got Ellie, we got Axel for the final act. Who
How's
will be-
Axel?
Is
Axel's the guy that drops off treats to the kids.
That freaking pedo.
So
He doesn't invite them into his wagon. Come on.
So who's gonna make and give their trick checks first? Jeb, you want to go first on this?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm stronger, so she should go first.
Okay. Ellie has 2. She can do either Intimidate or Nature, and they are both at a +7. Her DC is 15.
She's gonna do an intimidate with Mr. Tickles,
Yes.
and he's gonna kind of like be really violent and maybe even look like he's not in her control.
Are you going to do a
Tickles.
co-star at all?
Yeah,
with
that's
her?
I'm gonna come in right after this one.
Sweet. Then let's go ahead and give that Intimidate check from Ellie.
Can I use my action point?
I'll
I
give
mean,
you that.
we can also just send in the clowns or something.
Sending in the clouds technically works here, but if you want to use your action point, I'm fine with that too.
I mean, she only gets us 1 excitement. If you fail your check, you get a 6.
All right. Well, yeah. We'll just wait, and then my follow on.
Now, and another thing to know is that a failure is just nothing. No
Same.
excitement gained, no excitement lost, nothing negative or positive happens on a failure.
Sending in the clowns,
It's one action.
it does a failed trick becomes a success instead. Okay.
Correct. You can only use it once per act.
No, we can do it twice. No, we can't because David is an act. That's right.
He is.
He chose to be an act,
Yeah, I was going to take that thing, but didn't.
but you're better off being an act.
Correct.
Yeah, I'd say just
So-
send in the clowns and turn this into a success.
We're actually already over our
I was hoping-
anticipation, so it really doesn't matter.
So then,
Do whatever you want.
I would say it doesn't actually matter at all. What you want to happen is for a critical success to happen, which increases your anticipation. Are you over?
Yeah, we're at
Anticipation?
19 instead of 18.
Okay, so you can't critically succeed right now, no matter what. She can be done. She just failed.
Yeah, call it a failure and just let her be done.
And then yeah. But then, so the snake looks like it's out of control. Turtle comes in and tackles it. But then it just becomes playful very quickly, hopefully. 31.
That's a success.
It's almost a critical success, which would have been nice.
Fucking one away.
Oh, really?
Wait. Nature, did you add the +1 for it being... Doesn't that get a +1?
That's true. You get a +1 to your nature check when you're performing a trick that has the nature trait,
32!
which is a critical success.
Hell yeah.
How large is Tickles? Just large, right?
I mean, technically medium, but
Oh,
I mean,
really?
the only reason Tickles is medium is because Tickles is like 12 feet long.
And like
still
it
just
slithers
snake.
up in a... Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you generate excitement equal to the trick's level, and you also generate anticipation equal to half the trick's level.
So we gain 3 anticipation, which will increase how much money we get paid.
So the anticipation goes from 18 to 21.
Correct.
And
And we're now at 25 excitement. You're going to pass the rest of your turn, Jeb?
Yeah, I mean, I could probably succeed another one, but I probably don't need to, right?
We really don't need to.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
So then over to Axel. Axel has a single check. It's nature at a +7 with a DC
Yeah, we'll
of
just
15.
get this out of the way. Hey, he gets a 17. He succeeds.
Congrats, Axel. Boy, this guy's got the short end of the stick in every single fucking performance up to now, yeah? Poor fucking Axel.
I mean, at least he's out there. It's better than being the Flamboni twins or sisters or whatever, and they're just sitting in the back.
Babysitting the dude who's too high to remember the fact that his friends just got eaten by a barghest, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, they might be having fun with him. Who knows?
All right. Congratulations. We already know that was a successful show. The anticipation for that show was a 21. And what was the excitement that you generated?
26.
That's a success.
So we started with 20 gold. We spent 1 gold on advertisement and made 26.
I am going to throw a wrench in your profit gears.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Because there were scalpers at the beginning of the show.
How much money we made?
Your prestige is treated as 3 less when calculating payout. It's prestige plus final anticipation equals payout in gold.
So that comes out to 23 payout then, because fuck you, Tyler. And final funds, 42 gold. Okay, that's done. Moving on. What's next?
All right. Successful circus. Yay. Also, the circus got 23 gold, which puts the circus's total funds to 42. Now, before we totally move on from the circus here, do you want to talk about permanent upgrades?
I think we just spend basically all of it on a big tent, which gives us like 40 max anticipation instead of 20, and move on.
That'd be the way to go.
As the show finishes up and the audience filters out, Derek comes up to Moonlight. Hey, Moonlight, good show.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it was good. A little weirded out by the snot glob that came out of your wizard's nose during the performance, but, you know, all part of the show, right?
He's very unpredictable, so you never know what he's going to do.
Which is awesome. I mean, it's a circus. We want to see some crazy stuff. I'm impressed. But in all seriousness, I'm probably going to come and talk to you, depending on how my investigation goes. We'll see you soon, Moonlight. And he turns and walks away.
Have a good night.
So we're gonna have to kill this guy, huh?
I see I'm going to have to boost my deception.
After the show, Aves comes and approaches the wizard and goes, "Hey man, that was cool. What's the little guy you got on your shoulder?" And your rainbow slime that's on your perching on your shoulder just kind of chirps. Is that like part of your act, man? That's really cool.
Yeah, I like him.
What's his name?
He doesn't have one. Why does he need a name?
I don't know. Like, don't most circus people have, like, names? Don't most people have names?
I walk away.
And he kind of like reaches out and goes, wait, hold on, man. Hold on. Got any more of that stuff?
Yeah, I give him some.
Sweet. Aren't you in charge of the circus or something? And he looks at Moonlight.
Yes, I was appointed to that position.
Cool. So, what do I do? You guys make me uneasy. I don't know why.
I make everybody uneasy, friend. But why don't you come with me? And I'll show you to a wagon where you can sleep.
Okay, alright, so, yeah, okay. I'll follow the big clown.
Right.
And I'll take him to a wagon where he can sleep.
Which is exactly what he's going to do. He's going to go and pass out right away. And the professor walks up to Moonlight. It was a successful show, yes. It was very well done. I liked your number. You're getting more confident at it. In fact, it seems as though we don't need to make any more lighting tricks with you. It's very, very mysterious. Well done, Moonlight.
Thank you. It seems like the crowd was pleased.
They most certainly were. Aside from some disruptions at the beginning, things went well.
Yes, very.
I noticed the sergeant. Is he a sergeant? I don't know what he does. He's with the guard.
Yes, he is.
He asked a lot of questions while you were gone.
Guards tend to do that.
Oh, I can imagine he's a little upset about having to bring Bubbles back to us the way he did.
Yes, I feel like we're drawing a bit too much attention, but I suppose we are the new show in town.
Yes, with a successful opening night. It's fantastic. We're gonna pack up. You all, the performers, go ahead and you take a rest. Take a rest. You all deserve it. We'll see you in the morning.
Thank you. Let the Flamboni sisters know that they will be in the next show.
I will. So, the morning after the show comes, the sun rises. It's a beautiful day.
Well, I suppose we should go see, I don't remember the name. We've got it somewhere. And be like, hey, we've upheld our end of the bargain. Or do we need to? Maybe that's irrelevant? Maybe that's unnecessary?
I don't think we need to do anything. I don't remember saying we were going to report to her.
Then the only lead I can recall that we've got is there's a
Bubbles lead.
Yeah, that there's a potential entrance to Moonstone Hall in a woodworker's district. And I don't remember why that was important.
Well, I mean, Moonstone Hall is important, so...
Right, but I don't remember what it was. Do you remember? I'm sure it's in my notes somewhere.
What Moonstone Hall was?
Yes.
That was where the next thing was.
Okay. Do we know anything? Okay. All right. Works for me. That's the next thing.
All right.
Next thing.
Then
Just don't remember what it is.
book one backstory time.
Yeah.
Book one review here. At the end of book one, at the Aaron Tower, you were told by Beleni, the succubi, and found in a journal that Kovnikash, who was the Zolgath that you defeated at the top of the Aaron Tower, was sent to the Aaron Tower by a contingent of Zolgaths who resided in the Moonstone Hall, which is under Escadar.
So we think there's more. So there's more Zolgaths in Moonstone Hall, we're thinking. Okay.
There's more Zolgaths in Moonstone Hall, and those Zolgaths sent Kovnikash to destroy the Aeon Stone.
Do we want to take a day to celebrate our successful show, or do we just want to head out?
I think we keep going.
All right.
No reason to waste time. We've had successful shows before. It's not like it's
true.
the first time. This was our most successful show, but...
We're getting cocky now.
Moonlight's so disillusioned by success already. So yes, you do know that one of the reasons that you came here was to investigate the Moonstone Hall and try to find out a little bit more about these Zolgaths that are attempting to destroy the Aeon orbs, why they may be attempting to destroy them.
Stopping their evil plot.
And what play do they actually have in trying to destroy the Aeon orbs? Why would they be doing that?
Why would they want to ruin their own land? I'm assuming from here. I don't know.
I mean, importantly, where does Zolgath even come from?
Where do Zolgaths come from? Well, you see, when a mommy Zolgath and a daddy Zolgath love each other.
And that's
The
actually
mommy Zolgath shoots her reptile eggs into a hole. And the daddy Zolgath shoots his reptile sperm into the hole. And 5 months later, all the little baby Zolgaths pop out of the sand and run to the water.
and they smell awful. David brings up an interesting point. You guys don't actually really know where Zolgaths come from.
The realm of
Do we
Zolgathians.
care?
Wizard? Tyler said that as if it's important. Would you like
To
to
make a check on that.
Recall knowledge on Zolgaths. Society check, actually.
Interesting.
24.
You do know about the Zolgaths that they certainly are not native to the Starstone Isles. In fact, any mention of Zolgaths in literature indicate that they are from the Under.
Wizards of the Coast intellectual property redacted.
Yeah, it's not actually called the Under.
Redacted.
In Pathfinder.
Wait, shit, what's it called?
Darklands or something like that?
Darklands. Fuck. It's the Darklands. You're right.
Darklands, yeah.
And also, it's pretty new, like the actual knowledge of it, right? In
Right.
Valarian.
Right, yep.
Yep, Galarian's knowledge of the Darklands is very new.
Or if not new, it's at least really obscure. There are a couple of campaigns that take place in the Darklands, like the Snake one
Oh, yeah, and Second Darkness,
and Second Darkness, yeah.
Second Darkness is a
which is
big
actually one of the earliest paths.
Well, let's head to this woodworkers district and ask around.
Let's check out this entrance. I know Bubbles said it was guarded by like actual city guards.
Do we want to do some kind of reconnaissance? Is anybody stealthy anymore?
I mean, I have stealth.
Can you just like go out there and look like a tree and nobody can notice you? I'd call that tree semblance.
Oh, David.
No, no, you wouldn't.
No. So what do you guys want to do? Do you want to
We're
go to
gonna-
the woodworkers district to try to find some sort of entrance to the
Would
underground
we
guarded by
have
town guard?
I mean, Bubbles has obviously seen this, right?
No.
Oh,
he
he's
got
heard of it.
rumors.
Okay.
He got rumors.
Rumors and hearsay.
Does the Wiz know anything about him?
No.
This place?
Not without like actually doing some checks on some records. If you want to go check out the historical records of the area, you can certainly do that.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go check out those records at the hall. About the thing.
If you think you have a way to learn more information, then by all means do so, wizard.
Tyler, I go look at records.
Okay. You would know that you would need to head to, well, you wouldn't know. You might ask around for a couple of hours trying to find a way to mention it, but you would be directed to the Magistratum, where there's all of Escadar's historical records are contained. It also serves as Escadar's primary courthouse, and just all around legal record storage.
Peach Pie will go with the wizard.
So the wizard and Peach Pie go to the Magistratum then.
Yes.
Okay. How about Moonlight and Jeb? What are you going to
The
do?
dynamic duo. Let's do this. But give me guidance.
I feel like we should go talk to that one chick and maybe ask for permission to go into the sewers.
Okay, go talk to Andera.
Yeah.
Moonlight, when you and Jebediah get to Andera Pauldreen's office, you are told that she'll make room in your schedule for you. It'll be another 2 hours before she will be able to see you.
I need to make like a no check.
A no check?
I ain't got 2 hours, bro. Or the
Alright.
goddamn
We do have 2 hours, but
fuck. What are we gonna do? Talk to each other?
sit in silence like usual.
I just pictured Jeb, Turtle,
Just
and
trying to
Moonlight.
small talk, like, and then I just decided to talk to my cat instead.
We'll cut over to Peach Pie and the Wizard, go into the records. As you walk into the Magistratum, the receptionist is a middle-aged woman, human, gray hair, tied back in a bun. And she was reading a book as Peach Pie and the wizard and both of their very colorful familiars walk up to the reception desk.
And Peach Pie always pretty much has his hammer slung over his shoulder.
She doesn't even look up from her book as you approach.
Hello.
She puts a finger up.
Hello.
She reads a few more lines with her finger up. And then she looks up at you and goes, "Yes, how can I help you?"
What is it that we need, wizard?
What?
You don't even know why you're here.
I think we need to see some records.
Yeah, that wood place.
I'm
the
sorry.
Woodcarvers District.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Please?
What are you looking for?
We're looking for records of...
She puts a finger up.
I touch her finger with my finger.
Her eyes raise in alarm. Have you figured out what you're here for now?
Records of the
looking-
tunnels in the woodworkers district.
Those records are sealed
Can you unseal them?
for a price.
How much?
10 silver for an hour.
That seems awfully steep for a library.
It's also a waste of my time to continue to talk to you. Good day. She puts her head down.
You're not very nice.
She puts a finger up.
I touch her finger again.
She looks back up at you. She goes, "Stop touching me."
I pull out 10 silver and hand it to her.
Ah, thank you. She pulls it down and puts it in a pouch right away. And she gestures her hand back to a door that's behind the desk, and she just goes, "Right through this door here. You will find it all in alphabetical order. Of course, the W's would be at the end of the alphabet. Would you like me to recite the alphabet for you?
Which alphabet?
A, B.
He knows more alphabets than just that one.
Oh, well, all of our records are recorded in common."
All right. Well, thank you. And here, please have this pretty flower for you.
She looks at it and she looks a little startled. She stares at it with suspicion.
It squirts her in the face.
She kind of squeals a little bit. "I don't know what I expected. Please, go back and find what you've come to find, and I will come and find you if the hour passes.
What if I come find you?
Do whatever you want."
I put the flower back in my pocket, and I pull a handkerchief out of my sleeve and say,
Here, to wipe off your face.
Fool me once. No.
That's not how that saying goes.
She goes and pulls her own handkerchief out and wipes her face off. And
Peach
then
Pie looks very, very sad as he puts his handkerchief back in his sleeve and walks away.
It's okay, buddy. I'll pull your handkerchief.
Thank you, friend.
It just
Wiz
keeps
starts
coming.
pulling and looks shocked. Like he's never seen it before.
Each pie just has a little tick of a smile.
Fucking clowns, man.
Let's see how shocking I actually look. I'm
clowns.
not that shocked. But there's an attempt.
So not, that's the thing. That's more it, is that you tried. That you cared enough to try. Let's go check out these records.
Let's do some recall knowledge checks or whatever.
Fuck
we
this
need to do.
library, bitch.
Each hour, the heroes can attempt a society check to discover pertinent information.
First hour. 18.
Do you have a hero point?
Yeah.
You could
but-
just pay another 10 silver for another hour.
Or you can pay another 10 silver for
All
another
right, I'll go do that.
I mean, it's a gold.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll go pay another 10 silver. This bitch is fucking raking it in.
hour. She takes it.
Fuck me. I'm gonna hero point that one. Fuck it. Before I make you spend any more money. 27.
Okay, so in the second hour of searching through the records, you do see some records of something that's actually called the Moonstone Hall. You discover that the Moonstone Hall was buried shortly after Eridan's death to make way for civic improvements in the Woodworkers District. its only remaining entrance is near a mermaid fountain that you find a map for.
Profitable. We take that information, I guess, into our heads and leave.
So the wizard's gonna remember that?
I have the slime.
The slime just kind of like places itself over the page and presses itself down, and then you peel it up and it's like silly putty.
Yes.
It's got a little map on the spell
You
slime.
put it, and it's backwards, but we'll figure it out. But no, Peach Pie and Bernard can remember this.
Peach Pie, we're actually investigating. Isn't this exciting?
Yes, it is very exciting.
Hey, Clown, does your bird want to be friends with my slime? And I hold up my sleeve and let the slime crawl out of my sleeve. Slurp out slime out, crawl out. The slime comes out of my sleeve.
That is absolutely disgusting. What's his name?
I don't know.
Hello, Slime. Do you speak?
You just gotta.
Very interesting, wizard.
It reaches out a little proboscis, a little tendril that touches Bernard in the forehead. Bernard gets a hi.
Oh, it speaks into the mind. Hello, friend. It's nice to meet you. My name is Bernard.
Hi, Bernard.
Hello. Oh, I think we'll be jolly good friends.
Well, good. I think I like you. You're colorful. I'm colorful.
It's like we're brothers. What's your name, friend?
I'm not supposed to say.
Oh, that's all right. We understand that the wizard doesn't have a name. And that's fine if you don't either. I still like you.
No, he has a name. He just doesn't want me to say it.
Oh, well, that's all right. I respect his secrecy.
Okay. I respect your nicety.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Ooze. I hope we can be adventuring heroes together.
Another little tendril goes out to like take the shape of a little tiny hand about the size of Bernard's hand.
Oh, my.
And Bernard reaches out and shakes his hand heartily.
Spell slime hand.
Bernard and the slime are going to be best buds.
In that time, after the 2-hour wait for Moonlight and Jebediah to get in to see Andera, you get escorted into her office, and she has her head down, filling out paperwork.
Greetings, Madam Andera.
She puts her quill down, and she folds her hands on top of her desk, and she just goes, Moonlight. I understand that your show was quite the success last night. Thank you very much for pleasing me.
And Jeb.
Yes, Jeb?
You didn't say hi to me.
Oh, hello, Jebediah.
What's up? Thank you. That's all I got.
Yes, the show went very well.
Andera will look up at you and go, yes, I do very much appreciate the distraction you provide for the populace.
Thank you. We certainly think that it went well enough that we will do at least one more show here.
Well, good. I hope that you do more than one. If it was as successful as I was led to believe, I would expect for you to stay for some time.
Yes,
However-
we actually already have plans to make the tent bigger and better.
Expansion already. Fantastic. Tell me, did you find anything of interest on the plot that you were placed upon?
Yes, we found some wolves in a wolf den, took care of them, and kind of a cool old keep up in the hills, and big ooze thing that split itself twice and almost killed us all.
Well, I see that you are most definitely still alive, so I assume that you took care of it.
Yes, we did.
Well, good. The danger aside, I appreciate what you've done for the city of Escadar. Were there anything of note that you would like to bring up aside from what you've brought up?
Yes, we are looking for something called the Moonstone Hall.
She cocks an eyebrow.
Our understanding is that there might be an entrance in the Woodworkers District.
Both eyebrows go up this time. Oh, I don't know where your information comes from, but it's startlingly accurate.
Yes, well, being that we are kind of interesting folk, people talk to us sometimes.
Oh, well, that's very interesting.
They tell us about weird things because we're weird.
Well, I will say that yes, there is an entrance into Moonstone Hall, or what was once known as Moonstone Hall, in the Woodworkers District. However, I have it guarded 24/7.
Yes, we heard that also. Is there a reason for that? Is it dangerous down there?
I find that it is best to discourage the city's underbelly from entering in places such as this, not to mention that I do not like or highly wish for all of the underground crime to cease and desist immediately. I find it's best not to allow the populace to wander into such places.
On our way here, we did come across what we were told is the Aaron Tower on the road. Well, it's a little off the road. Long story. Anyways, there was Zolgath there, and we were told that they came from the Moonstone Hall.
She closes the book that she was writing in, and you have her full attention now. I'm sorry, could you repeat that for me? You're telling me that there are Zolgaths under my city?
Yes. Do you know what Zolgath are?
No, I don't know what Zolgaths are. Please, let me know what these things are, what they do, and what do they plan on doing in my city?
Well, they're also called troglodytes. Do you know what troglodytes are?
Ah, now those I have heard of. The stinky lizards, yes?
Yes, those. And my understanding is that there are some more powerful ones underneath the city that sent some underlings to the tower in an attempt to destroy the tower, which actually is part of what keeps the land alive.
This all sounds quite unbelievable. You don't have any evidence to prove this, do you?
I'm trying to think of if I have anything left. Yeah, I don't think I have anything specific to that. I pull out a religious symbol with a defaced Gosrin symbol on it. This isn't really proof, but we found these, and we do believe that there is some sort of cult or something at work here.
Interesting. And you're telling me that it takes place under my city. Is it your intention to investigate?
Yes. For some reason, we were requested to help.
By whom?
We're just circus folk. His name's Harlock.
Harlock Hamdeel.
Yes.
I am aware of Harlock. He's a good old friend of mine.
Well, he's the only druid left in his order.
Oh,
Well, what's that place called again?
the Hermitage of the Blessed Lightning.
Ah, yes, the Hermitage.
Ah, yes. I will say, if there's any reason that you may be concerned, and if Harlock asked you to do this thing, then I have a tendency to trust him, maybe sometimes against my better judgment. Here. And she'll pull aside a piece of paper, and she'll start scribbling onto it, and then she'll hand it over to you.
Moonlight reaches out a branch and kind of looks at the paper, which is made out of its own kin.
And as she's holding it out, she'll go, "This will bypass the security that I've placed in front of this entrance that I believe that you speak of."
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you see this as a threat as well.
Anything that's a threat to my city, be it my own citizens or something from some place, I don't know where these creatures may have come from, these troglodytes. However, no matter the case, the safety of the citizens of the city are priority.
Do you ever send guards into the tunnels, or do they just guard the entrance?
We did attempt to send some guards into the tunnels, but they never returned. So now we just guard the entrance.
Oh, well, that bodes well for us.
I suppose it doesn't, does it?
No, not at all.
If you wish to explore, please, if you could report back any of your findings to me, that would be much appreciated. I do not know much about that location in my city. As payment, you may keep any of the items that you find down there during your investigation, but report back all of your findings of the Moonstone Hall to me.
Okay, we already sent Peach Pie and the Wiz to the something Carium.
The Magistrum?
Yes,
The
that.
magistratum?
Yes, that thing.
Ah, so you sent the tall clown and the spacey wizard to Agnes. Fantastic. Can't wait to hear that story later.
Well, hopefully they found some more information on the Moonstone Hall there.
Let me know how you proceed from here. I must say, I am surprised that Derricus hasn't come by, but he had some questions for you.
Oh, well, I mean, I talked to him just last night.
Yes, I don't know exactly what he's on about, but he says that there are some missing peoples that he believes that you are tied to. He's shown me no proof, so I have no reason to investigate you at this moment.
Okay, well, I guess he can find us in the Moonstone Hall, or when we get back.
I will let him know. She puts her head back down and says, I'm very busy, I have much work to do. Have a good day, Moonlight.
And Jeb.
And Jebediah.
Hey, thanks a lot for your time.
Moonlight bows and walks out.
I'm Chip. Bye.
So you guys have a couple of things. You have a letter of writ that will help you bypass the guards that are guarding the entrance to what you believe to be the Moonstone Hall and the Woodworkers District. And you have a backwards map.
Well, that
Me too.
absolutely went better than I expected.
Yeah, that went very well. That was much better than spending 2 gold to a bitchy librarian for a backwards map.
I don't know if it was because Moonlight just told the truth or what, but it went well. So
I suppose we'd all meet back up that evening and the next day head on out.
Derricus might catch up to us too before we go into the hall. Then
I suppose so.
Let's let him
That
catch
guy,
up.
he seems so nice. And now
Like, I feel like
he's pushy.
I stay away from. I think we should just stay away from the circus for the day.
For the night, go get a hotel room somewhere.
Go get a hotel room. I really don't want to deal with this bullshit before going in.
I want to know how he
not
knew
a-
so much.
he's
How
not
did
a
he know
menagerie.
so much? I feel like somebody saw and like talked. He was acting like he knew too much, but whatever.
Yeah, he was acting like he knew what happened but didn't have proof and was hoping we would
Right.
just tell him the truth.
Right. That's what it seemed like. I don't know. There's
Like
something
he
fishy
had
going on with this
DM
character.
knowledge.
So you've all discovered that the entrance to Moonstone Hall is in the Woodworkers District, much as Bubbles had sort of, to an extent, insinuated to you.
Well, yeah. Let's head to this mermaid statue.
Yep, we're going.
You go into the Woodworkers
Is it one of those statues where she's like peeing and that's the fountain?
I
Or
mean,
she like spitting it? Like
Probably
is
more like she's
a-
spitting it.
yeah, I'm pretty sure mermaids don't, like, pee.
Of course they
that
do.
yard.
Pretty sure.
Oh, I mean,
she
okay,
is,
all right,
but-
mermaids pee, obviously. But if you're going to make a fountain out of a mermaid, I can't imagine that you would have it pee.
I'll bet one exists.
And David's going to Google.
And the
You find yourself coming across the fountain that is of 2 mermaids holding clay pots that are draining water into these fountains, and it cycles through. There are 2 guards that are standing near the fountain, and also near the fountain there is a hole in the street. There's the top of a staircase that descends down into darkness. And as you approach, the 2 guards cross their long, wicked-looking glaives, and one of them goes, "Halt!"
Yes, very impressive. And I hold out the writ.
The one, like, cocks his eyebrow at you and goes, "Ew, let me see this." And he starts reading. And the other one looks down at you and goes, "Who are you?"
We're circus folk.
I see that. And he kind of looks the wizard up and down with his tie-dye cloak. And the one just, like, his eyes go wide as he's reading it, and just goes, "This is signed by Yandera."
Well, yes, who else would have let us through?
He carefully and suspiciously folds it up and hands it back to you. I only see writs like that in very specific situations. You're circus folk?
A cloud appears over Peach Pie's head and begins to rain on him. And he pulls out a small umbrella and holds it above his head.
I have to say, this is very unorthodox. Andera gave...
We are unorthodox people.
Obviously. Well, I guess, given what the writ says here, you have free passage through to this area. And they very reluctantly pull back their glaives. And one of them kind of stares at you, narrows his eyes. He just goes, "Are you sure? Check it again. That seems like it could be maybe a forgery."
I narrow my eyes right back. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Rolled a 1.
And believe me, I'm using it. Fuck that. You got 23 intimidation on him.
Moonlight's hero point.
Fucking gone already. I don't give a shit.
Go, whoa. Oh, whoa. Hold on. Okay. All right. We'll let you through. Just don't do anything crazy.
We're circus folk. What would we do?
Leans over to the other one and just goes, "They look like they do something crazy."
I walk up to one of them and I reach into my sleeve and I pull out one of those like collapsible bouquets of fake flowers. He goes, and I hand it to him.
Thanks.
Does he take it?
Yeah, he grabs it tentatively.
I pat him on the head gently. And then I walk through the door.
And he stares at this bouquet of flowers that's drenched from the personal rain cloud.
Yes.
And looks back up at Peach Pie. And they both pull their glaives back, and they look uneasy as hell. But they recognize Andera's signature. In fact, in the writ, it calls out the large, sad clown, the dwarf with the Siberian tiger, the Leshy, the scary Leshy, and the elf in the Technicolor Dreamcoat are allowed down into the area that they are guarding.
Like, as I'm passing them, I stop and go, "Oh, by the way, you heard any weird sounds or any really bad smells or anything like that coming from the hole recently?"
Give me a diplomacy check.
30.
Fantastic. One of them looks down at you and goes, I've actually heard some strange sounds coming from down there recently. Chains. I've heard chains and some strange hissing.
Like, chains dragging or jingling or what?
Both? Both.
But no strange smells?
I mean, not necessarily, no. Why?
Like, I'm talking about like really, really bad smells.
No, not
Okay.
necessarily.
Well, the Zolgas must not have come too close to the surface then.
The what now?
Zolgas.
Troglodytes.
What he said.
Troglodytes.
Stinky reptiles, scaly people, lizard people.
You all are very strange.
I blow smoke in his face.
Just get on your way.
We do.
And there are less of a doorway, more of a hole in the street where there's a stairway leading down into darkness.
We go in.
And as you continue down, the darkness is as a blanket. It envelops Moonlight's vision, and Moonlight's taken back. Days in and days out, the darkness permeates their existence. Ever since that night, remembrance is fleeting. They feel traces of light, tiny floating motes of sunlight slipping through withered, gnarled fingertips. There was more to understanding once, in another lifetime, yet it's fleeting. Beautiful, he croons. The hunched dwarf, he is the first tangible memory. Darkness incarnate wrought you, and darkness dost thou cast. A gnarled fingertip brushes Moonlight's chin. Frozen they stand, in the dingy faded light that bleeds in through the moth-eaten canvas tent as the motes of memories pass. You are the beginning, yet the end. The dwarf turns away, clutching a dark-bladed dagger with a ruby in its hilt that glimmers as stray strands of light catches its facets. Suddenly, a hand pushes through the canvas tent and pushes it aside. Light, blinding, hits Moonlight's eyes. Mistress Dusklight! They hear the dwarf squawk. Fear. The thought faintly reaches the edges of Moonlight's consciousness. Coming from this man, the fear feels sweet. I've done it! They hear, unable to see the figure standing before them. The light blinds so. An indifferent voice they've yet to hear in this life cuts. This bush? Moonlight feels stripped bare somehow. For all the time you've been afforded to contribute, this bush is what will show for your efforts, Drogden? You've tested my patience. Show me. The dwarf straightens, straining against his tight, moldy hide armor. Drogden brandishes the dark blade with a flourish. Mistress, the entity that lies dormant in the item you procured from me snatched this one from the ether, wandering aimlessly through the darkness between the realms. I've yet to coax it from, to do anything from it as yet, but with time, I can silence Drogden. A loud, sharp crack rings through the tent. The tall, slender silhouette drops the sturdy dwarf with a single blow, then leans in close to Moonlight. You are mine, child, the silken voice croons as a clawed fingertip drags across Moonlight's barked skin. Every creature here is mine, and mine alone. You are no different, whatever you are. The hand violently clasps around the throat of Moonlight's form, and the roots leave the dirty tent floor as they're lifted up within that grasp. You will do my bidding, as all here do. You will obey, as all here do. Brought up to eye level with the lithe silhouette that so abruptly broke the tent's comforting dark with sharp, piercing light. Moonlight still cannot make out the features of this Mistress Dusklight, and yet the yellow feline eyes seem to glow behind that iron grip. They narrow into menacing slits and bore into Moonlight's new soul. Do you understand, child? The light begins to dim, and from within, Moonlight feels the cold blackness. Those glowing yellow eyes fade as the shadow envelops him. The piercing light is muted. Shadows that danced in the tent's dingy light take form, and dark tendrils lash out about the silhouette's throat and take hold. Moonlight cannot see them, but they know those glassy eyes widen in momentary fear as this mistress is pulled to their knees by the murky darkness that envelops them. Their roots touch the floor once more, and strangled gasps ring in their ears. 'Tis a sweet sound. They hear the thought pass as the iron grip becomes jelly and releases them. The silhouette of this pitiful creature huddles in the darkness, unable to rise from the weight of the void emanating from Moonlight's form. But suddenly, the light returns, as a loud shk rings throughout the tent, and Moonlight collapses into a heap with a dark, ruby-hilted blade driven into their back. Sharp pain surges through their body, their mind, and their soul, and the light is bright. Consciousness begins to fade. The silhouette stands, towering over Moonlight's collapsed form, gasping panic as the air returns to the mistress's lungs. A moment passes in bright silence. It will do, Drakden. It will do. Cage it! The words echo.
Yeah, I must not have caught the beginning of that, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, why is Tyler still talking?
Exposition.
So that was just like as we entered the darkness of the tunnel, or?
Correct. As you enter the darkness of the tunnel, Moonlight flashes back.
And you see Moonlight just kind of shake their head, and you don't normally see Moonlight kind of scared, but they look like they're just kind of like in shock almost. It's like you said, that's like a memory that they didn't even know they had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the first time Moonlight remembers that moment.
And then looking around, if nobody notices, they just keep walking.
Yeah, I'd assume Peach Pie would be in front of you and probably wouldn't notice. That's what I was thinking.
So like maybe you guys like kept walking and maybe noticed that Moonlight stopped walking and was lagging behind.
Everything all right, Moonlight?
Yes. Thank you, Peach Pie. Everything is fine.
All right, then.
And I will continue to descend.
And so we delve deeply into the history of Moonlight, just as we delve into the depths of the Moonstone Hall. How metaphorical. Join us again next week as we continue the Extinction Curse. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.